It's time for Luke and Lewis. Let's go!
Now, I feel like I need to explain, by the way, if we're turning it off. It's not in the mood. What I
What do
did
you mean, let's go!
See, the reason why there was some fake energy from Lewis there.
Not fake, it's all real! Let's go!
Because we've been here for 5.5 hours trying to get this multi-camera setup to work.
Dear God, so last episode, last two,
It's almost 3:30. We got here at 10 a.m.
10 a.m. We've been setting up to film, trying to work this shit out. We last few episodes we worked out the camera angle stuff. We're like, that's great, but Keelan had to do that editing in real time. We've bought a thing with
No,
Patreon
not real
money.
time. Post time.
Post time, not real time.
Post time.
I didn't hear any of that. I'm so tired.
Did he
Fuck.
do that? So
I shouldn't be
Keelan,
here, guys.
Keelan had to edit that in the hyperbolic time chamber, which took a long time. But now we've bought a thing, thanks to the Patreon supporters, that allows them to switch cameras in real time. Watch this.
Oh, we're
That's
switching.
so many
amazing.
switches.
That's got to be so annoying. Why would you do that? We should. Why would you do that to the viewers?
You told me to.
No, I didn't say that. I was going to do a thing where I looked at the
You said,
cameras.
give
and
us an example, and you were like,
that's not good at all. It's going to give someone a seizure.
we're really sorry.
No, don't
V.
do it again. Anyway, so he can now do that, which in hindsight was a mistake to give him that level of power. But we thought that would be a lot easier, but we've spent about the whole day
Yep.
trying to work out how to make this situation
So,
work. And
in-
I would like to go home! I want to go home!
Yes.
Woo!
No, but I think, unfortunately, as it goes, is I think someone had brought it up before. I think Ruben said, he goes, why do you guys try and improve? Who said that? He's like, people,
Yeah.
at this point, we all started to, Ruben snapped,
Yeah.
by the way.
We're all snapping.
We're all snapping. All right, I've snapped.
Yeah.
I'm now past the snap, and I'm post snap now.
Yeah. Keelan
And-
snapped so much that he forgot the joke about snapping and said, I'm bursting. So Keelan's burst apart,
Yep.
and I'm combusting.
I snapped when trying to download the software with Ruben earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was at the start
And
of the day.
I think Ruben made a good point. Why do we try and evolve? Because it only makes us go backwards.
It only makes us angry, and the viewers don't appreciate
And also, the audio listenership, which is over half the listenership of this podcast, don't give a fuck about this conversation.
No.
And now our attitudes for the rest of the podcast will be worse.
Oh, yeah. I think the comment section don't even appreciate the switching camera angles. I've had a few comments saying, no, don't make it better. That doesn't suit the show.
Yeah.
That's not on brand.
Yeah, because we never evolved content-wise. 'Cause
No.
if we actually spent 5.5 hours planning the show would probably be good. But
Oh, yeah.
instead, we spend all the time trying to make it look better, but
Yeah.
zero time into I don't even know what we're going to talk about
Guys,
today.
What
I don't have
we're
anything.
really doing here, and what we have been doing for the last 2 years.
I've been snapping.
Well, we've both been polishing a turd. And
Oh,
let me
yeah.
say, it's looking very shiny at the moment, but it still smells and tastes like
This
shit.
is like... This has always been the thing with our show. Is like
Yeah.
we have no money, guys. We're so poor. But then we spend $700 on
Yeah.
the sign that's behind us.
Yeah.
We spend that new switching software,
Yeah.
$1,200.
Yeah, and guys, look, support us on Patreon.
We have
because
no money.
we can't say that we'll spend it responsibly, but we will say that it will be spent.
It will shine the turd that is this show.
That's right. And if-
We're not going to promise not a turd. That
but
would
we
be
will promise a shiny one.
Yeah.
A very shiny poo.
a rare poo, like in
That's
Pokemon.
right. Now, speaking of poo,
They're shiny.
I have written here on the board Keelan's segment,
Oh yes. Ooh, ooh.
which judging by Keelan's excitement, you should all brace because it's probably going to be horrendous.
And Keelan came in today and said, we have to do my segment today. He goes, otherwise, what did you say? You'll be in trouble?
Otherwise, I'll have to invoice you guys for it.
invoice us.
This is very timely, and I spent money on it.
You spent money on this, like just
Timely,
to do it on the
it's
show
Very like today only.
today
Okay.
only.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, and
Does
like,
it have anything to do with Queen's birthday? Because we are recording this on a public holiday
No, nothing to do
the
with
day
the Queen.
before it's released.
how much money?
Maybe
are we
something to
talking?
do with the king.
The king. Okay.
Oh wait. Oh no. Okay. No.
Daniel Togdell?
Not
Or
Daniel
Burger King?
Togdell. Nothing to do with
what
Daniel
other kings
Togdell.
are there? I mean, what? I don't
think-
recognize any other lordship.
I think my king.
I
is-
thought it was the Queen's birthday.
The Colonel?
My king's more of a figurehead.
Figurehead.
Something's airing tonight.
Oh.
Yeah, do your
Big Brother.
segment.
Yeah,
So
whatever.
press
Yeah.
the left, bottom left one.
This one?
No, the other one.
Well, that's.
How is the
My right.
unanimous
This
disappointment?
is Big Brother. Luke and Lewis to the diary room.
That's actually Big Brother's voice.
Luke and Lewis, thank you for joining me. And Big Brother has a special announcement from
I knew this was
Keelan.
gonna happen.
Keelan would like to say he's doing a weekly Big Brother segment. You can't stop him now because this cameo's already cost him $38. You don't want to throw good money after bad. Nevertheless, Big Brother wishes you well with your Big Brother segment, Keelan. And Luke and Lewis, just jump in there and have some fun with it. And support your mate. Thanks for listening.
We're not doing the whole song.
Okay.
So you pay $38. Is that the real voice of Big
Yes,
Brother?
it's a real voice. It's Leon Murray.
You think this is so cool, don't you? I bet you
Yes.
received that back and you were like, oh my god, they
Right.
said my name.
No. I don't care that he said my name. I just thought I've had this planned for weeks. Like I've asked everyone to do with the show about it, except for Ruben and you guys.
Works on the show.
Well,
You've asked
Mike,
Did you
everyone.
run it
I
by
asked-
Radio Mike?
I ran it by Radio Mike, and he said, "Yeah, man, that would be
He
good."
has nothing to do with the show. He's just a side character. He's like
Well,
a
I've-
spin-off. He's like the Cleveland show.
I've asked myself, and I said,
You know, he's not even American Dad.
Okay, well, we love Mike.
We love Mike, but
and he
he's
has
also
been
the
involved
Cleveland-
in this show
The
for
Cleveland
years.
show does well,
No, but like he has been involved in this show for years.
just like Cleveland and Family Guy. You know, he was a character on
Yeah.
on Family Guy, and then he had his own spin-off, and
I would say he's more like a quagmire. Mike.
he's a sex pest, isn't he? Yeah, that's. And he got a big head sex pest.
Big
Yeah, I'd
head,
say he's more of a
lives
quagmire.
alone now.
Yeah, would never get his own spin-off. Oh, we love Mike.
"So you have to give me the segment because I spent $38 on it."
Okay, well, what concerns me is that there's another sound effect button that I'm not allowed to touch until you say, which makes me think you spent
And-
$76 on this.
Right, I have one more concern.
Yeah.
We just talked about how irresponsible we are with money on this show.
Yeah.
And then there's more evidence of
Yeah.
more Patreon money, or your money, actually.
Yeah, it's my money.
That's what I think that's like such a good a mark against Keelan's name to never give him the business card.
Yeah, because you'll just get celebrity, not even celebrity cameos, just cameos.
That's a bit unfair.
So who, Leon?
Okay, well then what's the segment? I'm
is it?
excited.
Leon
I was
Murray.
just gonna
I'm
kind of
listening
like.
to is his name Big Brother or is it the Big Brother voice? What are we calling this guy?
We call him Leon Murray because he's no longer the Big Brother voice, but he was from 2008 to 2014.
Right.
I don't think I've ever told you this.
Uh-huh.
I've never watched Big Brother.
What?
I've watched Friday Night Games, but that's it.
Oh, that's Big Brother.
Right, but I don't. I know clips. I don't understand it. Like, is Big Brother the house
Big Brother is
or a room?
the,
The
Or
host.
the little
The
overseeing eye.
So you
The
know
host
when?
that's always watching.
So I know what the diary room is. They go in there and they sit on the big
And they
seat.
talk to Big Brother.
And I've seen like Kyle Sandilands cracking the shits, going, "Let me out," blah blah blah. So what's the point? Is there's prize at the end? You need to explain the show
it's
to
a
me.
social experiment, and the figure of
Get 15 of the worst people
Stretch.
in Australia.
well, that's what it was in
Put them in a fucking
2001.
house.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
And Big Brother's just like a figurehead from that
Keelan's a real Big Brother
of that
purist.
book, 1984. That's like where the
1984,
idea of it comes from. Chip in if you know any more.
George Orwell.
George Orwell. Yep.
The
And
ironic part is none of the people on the show have ever read a book.
That's good.
Hey.
Yeah.
Thinking of auditioning. Why'd you say hey?
Oh, I thought
On
you
the
meant this
show.
show.
Yeah.
No. Calm down. All right, I was bagging Big Brother contestants.
I
Oh,
read.
Big Brain. Big,
I read
that's
science
right.
fiction.
Big Brain Ruben over there gets offended at even the thought of him not. Anyway,
so, and then it's just like
I can't even be bothered.
14 to 20 housemates all live in a house together, and there's weekly challenges.
Keelan,
And if you
I know
don't-
you were really excited for this segment, but what did you realize what it's turned into is explaining the concept of Big Brother. And
Okay,
that's not very
anyway,
good.
my concept for the concept of the segment, which you have to let me do at least 4 times.
Why?
$40.
Hang on, is this 4 episodes in a row or 4 weeks? So one on, one off.
No, so did you hear what he said? He said it's
Weekly.
a weekly.
Yeah, so
4
that's
weeks.
one on, one off.
Yeah,
Yeah, great. I can't wait for next episode.
when we
'Cause
don't
next
do
episode
this.
we won't be
Segment
doing it.
won't be there.
I can't believe I spent $40 for one voiceover thing. But it was kind of just like doing what Mike Goldman's doing with the Big Bro Show and just giving a recap of the week. But
Hang on, but
the show
the
hasn't
first
actually
episode
started. But I
Doesn't it
really
start
wanted
tonight?
to do it today because
Why do you want to do it today? It hasn't
because
started.
the next episode won't be until Thursday, and then that's like going to be 3 episodes into the show. I just wanted to be on top of it.
So you're ahead. So what?
But you're
what-
not on
what's
top of
the
anything
segment?
because the show hasn't started.
Okay, well I
Well,
can tell
actually, that's far in advance.
I can
That
tell you a
says
bit
all
about
well.
the housemates who are going in.
Yeah.
We got the guy from TikTok, Kieran, who's a bad driver.
Guy from TikTok. Awesome.
We got an Outback tradie called Matt with 1 T. He's 30.
Yep.
We got a makeup artist, Marissa, 61. We got an events manager and mum from WA, Angela, 37. There's a
Are you gonna stop this?
hang on, no, I got a couple
I?
more people. We got Casey, who's 25. wait.
That's better.
We've just turned his mic down.
One more thing, or you can say.
Sorry, Ruben's got turned down, but
Yeah.
yeah.
The other sound effect was just the full cameo. If you guys wanted to listen to it,
This one.
yeah.
I would like to listen to it.
He says more.
This is Big Brother, Luke and Lewis.
Oh, so we have to listen
Diary
to
Room.
all of it from the start
Luke
again.
and Lewis.
Yes.
Great. Love that.
Thank you for joining me.
That's all right.
Big Brother has a special announcement
He sounds very
from
horny.
Keelan. Keelan would like to say
Krillin.
he's doing a weekly Big Brother segment, and you can't stop him now because this cameo's already cost him $38.
expensive.
And you don't want to throw good money after bad. You know, Big Brother wonders
Australian or
whether
US?
Luke, Lewis, and Keelan might have made it in Big Brother to the final 3. It does seem somewhat doubtful. It's far more likely, Luke and Lewis, the Big Brother would have caught you doing unspeakable things under the doona. And Big Brother has very little
I know,
doubt
I know.
that the 3 of you would have been reprimanded, nominated for eviction, and I would have kicked you the fuck out of my house ASAP.
Oh, fuck.
Nevertheless,
Angry.
Big Brother wishes you well with your Big Brother segment, Keelan. And Luke and Lewis, just jump in there and have some fun with it. And support your mate. Thanks for listening. But
said
that
you-
is all for now.
He's out.
You have been evicted.
Did
I thought it was
did
really.
Big Brother just accuse us of doing lewd
sex.
sex acts under the doona
Which
together?
is also banned in the Big Brother house. Apparently, it's illegal to be gay in
was
Big
that
Brother.
was that post turkey slap
I guess,
No, you're allowed to do.
sex acts?
I'm pretty sure.
No,
but just
you're
not gay ones. Apparently, according to Big Brother.
Yeah, I don't know. I got.
Did you tell him? You
No,
write
no.
down,
I
you didn't. Tell
didn't.
him
I
to say
just
that?
told him to say.
But
Luke and Lewis, Keelan's doing a segment. You can't do anything about it because it cost him $38. That's all I told him to say.
it's
Right.
really odd that
He added in a lot extra.
Yeah.
No, but it's obviously he's trying to get his money's worth. But
yeah.
I don't think he assumed like surely if segment you could assume that we aren't like a couple.
I didn't
Like
have
he's
enough
assumed
words.
like Luke and Lewis like we're a couple. But why would you do a segment?
I didn't have enough word count characters to say it was a podcast.
So what is the segment?
It's just going to be a recap of the previous week of Big
Good
Brother.
question.
There's 7 weeks of Big Brother coming up, so I can do 7. I can do 7 segments, or I can do 4 because
Oh,
I
hang on.
paid for
we need
4.
to negotiate.
No,
here.
I think we need to see what. Cause that's the thing. If we leave it to the audience, ironically, they'll be like, "Look, kill and do it."
I think-
But then after week 5, they'll all regret that anyway.
But didn't you used to do The Bachelor on your podcast? You used to do a very similar thing.
Yeah,
just
that's true.
about
Yeah, but I
an
used to. You
even
know what?
worse
I used
show.
to do it at the end and say, and as a courtesy for people who didn't give a fuck, and say, "I'm going to talk about The Bachelor. Anyone who's not interested, time to tune out."
Okay,
So
so
you can do a courtesy, maybe at the end of our podcast, going, "All right, guys, the actual podcast is over.
Yeah.
Time for Keelan's Big
So-
Brother."
And
segment."
also, I would also like to add into the negotiation time limit.
okay.
For sure.
How long? 5 minutes?
6 seconds.
6 minutes. 6 minutes.
seconds.
6 seconds.
6 minutes?
1 minute roundup.
1 minute roundup.
5 minutes. Okay.
61 seconds.
63.
62.
63.
62 and a half.
That's not how negotiating works. You don't go back.
No, he's good. He's good. 62 and a half.
I knew I wasn't going to get 5. All right. I'll do a 60-second roundup. Every
He doesn't know
Okay,
how
great.
negotiating works.
See, I told you.
But every week for the entire series of the show.
60-second roundup.
For every week until
You know,
the show's
you can
over.
even
Yep,
do that
deal.
in the middle of the show. If it's only 60
It
seconds.
can be a surprise. 60-second round.
But how are you going to keep track of how long it goes for?
Oh, get out of
We'll make a sound
timer.
effect.
okay.
We'll make a sound effect that goes for 60 seconds, and it'll be a 60-second roundup.
Yep.
Okay,
Great.
guys, I have nothing else to contribute for the rest of the episode. Go for it. That's all from me.
Good.
Well, I'm with Keelan, actually.
Oh, really? You
I've got nothing else to contribute.
What about all this stuff that's written down?
We wrote down, we can talk about the fence piss.
Yeah, all
We-
right.
We do need to do a fence update.
Oh, absolutely. So it's always been a long, big dream of mine for a long time to conduct an experiment, and that experiment being, can I, over a number of mornings, a number of attempts, a number of wees, piss my way through an average fence?
Yep. Yes.
And-
Standard backyard wooden fence.
Yep.
Can you erode a fence slowly with urine?
Yeah.
And we've kind of taken it upon us. We realized that, look, we don't know how long the show will be here for, so we're going to do a team effort.
Yeah.
We've picked a spot
Yep.
finally on the back fence in Lewis's backyard, and we've
We're
started.
going to try and piss through it. Well, what we'll do is we're going to drop in a video of us choosing the space.
Yep.
And this is what happened when we picked where we were going to try and piss through the fence. It's always been a dream of mine to see if I could, through a number of mornings, a number of years, piss my way through a wooden fence. And now that I finally live on my own property, which is technically not mine, we've picked a spot and we're going to attempt to piss our way through it.
Yeah. So, dream big, and this is what you can achieve. We've already done one, which you can tell. This is really immature.
I love science.
And Ruben hates this idea for the show. What are you doing? You eating grass? Why?
It's lemongrass. You not had this before? But, hey, you're eating grass. Where?
Did you pick
Which
it up?
grass? Where?
I've pissed in that grass.
That's why it's a bit salty. Zoom.
That's good. We really need some whoosh sound effects instead
Nah.
of making. You like that?
Well, I think because we're trying to improve, like, again, this is still a turd.
Oh, yeah.
We've polished how it looks, but,
But we haven't put any effort into
and
how
we're not
it
going to do
sounds.
whooshes.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So that would be a content decision, and
That
we
would-
don't do.
Yeah, we
good
don't
content.
do that here. I have a small issue with. I was not consulted on the place to piss.
Well, Keelan just picked it because he started pissing there, and then
Yeah.
I pissed on it, and then it just became the place. It was natural selection.
Yeah, I wasn't consulted though, and I think that it's mostly good. but
Sorry,
the-
how is it natural selection, Luke?
yeah, that.
Tell
yeah.
me what that means.
We selected it naturally. I understand that natural selection has a different meaning, that term, but in this case,
It was a natural selection.
we
Okay, I
we
see.
did end up selecting it organically.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
It's not natural
Organic
selection.
selection.
It was a natural selection,
Yes.
which is very different. That's good. Dictionary Reuben. I have one, it's mostly good, I will say, mostly good, but there's one glaring, there's two glaring errors, right?
I think I know one.
Okay. I'm very tall.
Yep.
Okay. Now the fence we've chosen to piss on, very high. Great. Love that. However, the fence to my right, very low, like maybe below my shoulder height.
Lewis could probably teabag the top of the fence if he tried.
Yeah, and
on his
I
tippy toes.
started pissing, and I looked to my right, and I saw the entire backyard of my neighbor, which is very bad. It's at the back of their backyard, so
Where
they
did-
might not see it.
Where else? Like, there's no other space. We picked the most secluded spot near
Yep.
the shed in the corner.
Yeah,
If you do the other side of the backyard, you can see us pissing from the road outside,
Yes.
which is not good.
no, it's not good.
Because kids go past and stuff.
We're blocked by the shed, but if
Yeah.
they come to where we are, they're definitely seeing it, right?
It sounds like more of a you problem.
Yeah, that's more of a me problem. Also, I live here, but whatever. I'm happy with that. That's an acceptable risk. The other glaring issue, and I think this is the real issue, is I only noticed this while pissing. The way that the fence leans is that when you piss on the fence, 100% of the piss goes into the neighbor's
I noticed this as well.
straight into the neighbor's
So-
house, to the point where you would, if you were in your backyard,
true.
you would absolutely, if you were
Smell
looking at your
piss.
fence, be able to see
See.
piss coming into your house.
The way
Which
that
is not good.
the fence is built in, it kind of goes back a bit into the neighbor's like line of the property.
There's like a gap.
And imagine like the bottom of the urinal tray. That's
Yeah.
the neighbor's backyard.
Yeah.
So the piss just kind of runs into the neighbors. And I already noticed within a week, we've almost killed a little patch of grass. Just
In the
fro-
neighbour's yard, not
in the
our yard
neighbour's
at
yard.
all.
Yeah, so we've almost, I feel like we're really, it's like a dog, we're claiming our territory.
That's good.
And-
We're invading.
Kind of.
They're going to have to move the fence back.
Well, if they start pissing on the other side, it'll just be this war of who can break through first.
Yeah. We'll have a little river going.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's the update. Now, one thing we absolutely need to address is
Ruben eats grass.
Ruben is becoming like a very stereotypical vegan to the
Too
point
vegan.
where we were just filming an unrelated video, and in the background he was chewing on grass, which he picked from Lewis's backyard, which we all piss in.
Yeah.
We don't piss in the backyard.
It was very sour grass.
It's lemongrass, so it's
Yeah.
not just grass.
Yeah.
Can we at least acknowledge that? I'm not a
Cool.
cow.
I mean, what's it called?
lemon. Okay.
Lemongrass?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
What's the
that's-
second half of that?
That's fair. It is
So
called
Were you
Lemongrass.
eating a
lemongrass.
lemon or were you eating grass?
I was eating a combination of the two. I would say.
Okay,
yeah.
great. And is that a meal?
It's not a meal. I didn't
No?
say.
It's a little snack.
I already
But
had
Ruben,
lunch.
or don't swallow it. So you're just chewing it.
Just having a
for
suck on the grass.
sustenance? What do
Yeah,
you get
it's-
out of it?
It's just enjoyable. Lewis enjoyed it.
I did enjoy it,
Thought it was too sour.
but not enough to be like, ooh, lemongrass, and then
Honest-
just start eating grass in front of my mates.
After
Fair.
Keelan said he pissed in it, even though like I assumed he didn't piss in that exact spot where I grabbed mine from.
Yeah.
It tasted a little urine to me.
Piss grass.
Hmm.
And I know, by the way, because I've drank piss before.
Really? Okay, now we're in a very interesting area.
I
See,
told
we
this-
were all judging Rubens for eating grass and saying that would be
I
bad
haven't
because it could
swallowed
have
it,
piss in
sorry.
it. But you have drank piss.
I told this story on the Patreon podcast, and there is a clip that's out on my clips channel.
Yeah.
Do I retell the story?
Uh,
It's a really long story. I'll
ha-
tell the short version.
Okay, yeah. Tell the very short.
I mean, I can
version.
just tell the story. We haven't got that much
Tell
to
the
talk about.
story. Tell the story.
Okay.
You
tell
haven't
the
heard
story.
it?
I haven't heard this.
So, this probably was one of the most immature nights of my young adult life.
Yep, love that.
I've since got more information since I first told this story with Meg.
Meg.
And we
Meg.
we turns out it was very disrespectful what we did because I forgot some of the details, and what my mate actually reminded me of was really disrespectful. So
Yep.
we're in year 9. It was a girl, Lauren, was going away to Japan for a year, one of
Yep.
our high school friends,
Yep.
and she had a formal party. She wanted everyone to dress up in suits,
Yep.
and the girls wore nice dresses and stuff.
Yep.
And it was like a thing of just an excuse to dress up.
Yep.
Now I'm in year 9. I don't. I was an asshole.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, I still am, but
Yeah.
here's the thing. I wouldn't do this now, but I would absolutely still
'Cause you
laugh.
found out that it tasted bad.
No, the intent of the night wasn't to drink piss at the party.
Let's all go to Laura's house. And when we get there, we'll all drink piss.
Yeah.
Good prank.
My
Who are we
friend,
pranking? I don't know.
My
I
friend's-
just want to drink piss.
that's not what
I
happened.
think that's what happened.
My friend Stefan and I,
I'm hearing the live version.
it was in summer, so we decided to
Drink piss.
boycott
Yeah.
the dress code and to.
That's
We
good.
wore sombreros,
Yeah.
like wife beater singlets,
Yeah, that's
footy
good.
shorts, and bought a pool.
Disrespectful.
Like
you bought a
we
pool.
bought a pool. We made it a
Rude.
BYO pool party
Very rude.
to a formal
But
event.
everyone else was wearing dresses and suits.
Yeah, it was
so rude.
pretty funny.
Yeah,
like
very
it
funny.
actually got a good reception.
Yeah.
From memory, because we were in year 9. Like
Yeah.
that's a good one in year 9.
Yeah.
That's like the heart of comedy. And then
Imagine if you did that at a wedding.
so we kind of
At a wedding into a pool party, splash the bride, drink piss.
we we really committed to the bit,
Yeah.
and we sat in the pool. We filled it up with the hose, and we're chilling.
Yeah.
And people started gathering around us because they're like, "Oh, we still want to catch up with Luke
Yeah.
and Stefan," but they're sitting in their pool. So the
Yes.
party kind of came outdoors, and then just as people started clearing out, my mate went up to get food or something,
Yeah.
and it was decided amongst the fellas
Yeah.
that I take a leak in the pool,
Yeah.
Oh.
and we get my mate to sit in it.
Yeah.
A
That's
good one.
That's a good one.
So I pissed in the pool.
Yeah.
Then my mate came back. No one told him that I pissed in it. We let him marinate in my piss for about 15 to 20 minutes.
And were you also in there?
No, I
No.
didn't
Oh,
get
you
back
got
in
out.
at this
Okay,
point. I'm not
that's
an
good.
idiot.
Yeah, good.
right? So that's when like that was the first attack.
Yeah.
I started it, I fully admit,
Yeah.
and I deserve what I had coming, obviously.
Oh, no.
Which was a mouthful of piss 4 hours later.
Yeah.
The night escalated.
I haven't heard this one.
It was just a really immature night. It's like a very immature story.
Yeah.
Because it involves me and my friend.
Drinking piss.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And then the next attack was, we eventually told him because the reveal was so good. And like, you're sitting in piss. He cracked the shits.
Yeah.
Then he poured the piss all over me.
Yeah.
Like, so then that was the second attack. So then I had my piss water kind of all over me.
Not as bad because it is your piss.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where it should have ended.
Yeah.
Because at this point, he still hasn't pissed in anything. So I'm still the asshole.
Yes.
I've just got my own piss on me.
Yeah.
Then I cracked the shits. And I don't know why it turned into this, but someone had water balloons at the party.
Yeah, that's not good. Disgusting.
But yeah, it's really gross. Again, I'm not proud of this. I was like 15.
Yeah.
I convinced, I don't know how, I convinced like 5 friends to piss in a water balloon.
5 different piss.
Different people's piss. I remember
How
it
did you
being
even
warm.
get
I
those
remember,
dicks into a
I remember
water bottle?
one exploded on my other mate when he was trying to piss in it.
But how do you piss in a water bottle? They're so small.
Water balloon.
Water balloon, I mean.
You hold it open, you pinch. I assume it's a
You
pinch
get it
open.
all over you. Easy.
I don't remember. I just remember we all did it.
Yeah.
And then the water balloon was thrown at my mate.
That's me.
Yes. Yeah. And that's why I think I remember the story. I can't imagine we would have gone straight to pissing in a water balloon. I feel like I don't remember
You've
another
blocked
attack.
out something traumatic.
Yeah, and then I think for some reason, and then
You got thirsty.
no, then all my mates switched sides after that
Yeah.
because then it was decided it would be funny to make Luke drink piss,
Yeah.
and then they pissed in a Kirk's,
Yeah.
and
The
a
Kirk.
creamy soda.
Keelan would be mad.
Yeah, and I remember now. How dumb is this? My mate reminded me of this on the weekend. He goes, "I remember you saying, oh, this is warm."
You're an idiot.
Stupid I am.
Fucking idiot. Wait, so there was no Kirks in there then?
It had been about
It
2
was
hours.
only piss.
Like the night had got like it was light at the start of the party, and then
Yeah.
it was dark. Now, like I thought we'd all moved on from
Yeah.
the shenanigans earlier.
Yeah, yeah.
And
First mistake.
we had changed out of our, our joke kind of gear. We were just
Yeah.
wearing normal clothes
Probably
now.
because it was all covered in piss.
Yeah, and
That's
then
change.
then then I wasn't. I was standing there nursing it for
Yeah.
ages, and then
And everyone was watching.
everyone
you
was
going,
getting a bit
"Oh."
eager, going, is he going to do it? And then my friend just finally went, cheers, to
Yeah.
try and make a drink. And I went, oh. And I put it up, and all the faces of the boys just changed. And they all went, and then I just spat out. I think I spat it on them because I just went,
That's good. Yeah.
and it went everywhere. Then I went and vomited in a bush.
Oh, yuck.
But was it only piss or was it also Kirks?
I think it was like 100% piss.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now,
Yeah.
see, Ruben, you just don't get those stories when you try hard at school.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I had one final retaliation, which was really immature.
Was this what Big Brother was talking about?
I had the footy shorts that I was wearing,
Yeah.
and I don't know, they were old, and I was planning on throwing them out anyway. And this was my lowest point.
Yeah.
I don't know why I even thought this would be a good idea.
Yeah.
I put my shorts on the ground.
Yeah.
I remember doing this. What are you doing? You're getting a sound effect ready.
Yeah.
I pissed on my shorts and then went over to my mate and slapped him in the face with my piss shorts. And that was one of the meanest things I've ever done to
Yeah.
another person. But I just drank his piss.
Yeah, but you also
I
started it.
know. Looking back at it now, I deserve everything that came back at me.
I didn't know Kidgel was a German name. Keelan got it.
Because it was...
They're very well known for their water sports and shit play.
Okay. Was it strange?
Yeah, strange.
Well, the people would have heard it, I think. We just didn't. No. The audience has heard that twice.
Yeah, that's the first time we've heard it. Sometimes our speaker turns
Anyway, guys,
off and we
watch-
hit sound effects that don't work.
You know what? Watch me tell. If you want to actually watch that story get told in full detail, all right, it's on my clips channel. It was a lot funnier when we're all laughing about it. You guys just called me an asshole, and I came off like a real dick then.
I mean, yeah. I'd say that's quite fair.
Yeah, it was pretty rude.
Oh, that's good. All right. Well, look, what? Oh, that's right. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Patreon supporters, we're going to be playing Quiplash live. We're going to be live streaming it exclusively to Patreon supporters. We've decided to do main channel videos for the Luke and Lewis channel just to help grow the show. So we'd love for you guys to watch us play Quiplash. It's going to be edited down into a snappy video, but if you want to watch us do the whole thing, which will probably take a couple hours, it'll be lots of fun. And you want to be part of the video, it's going to be on Patreon at 7:30 p.m. tonight only. Quiplash, how it works is the game asks you questions, you submit funny answers, and then all of the Patreon supporters watching at home can actually vote live, and you'll decide who wins, and then that'll be in the main channel video. So if you want to be part of the video and watch us play Quiplash, come hang out, have a good time. Patreon, join it now, 7:30 p.m. tonight. It's going to be fucking sweet.
Yeah, and then we can keep shining this turd
That's right.
with that money.
Yeah, that's right. And mate, I can't wait to spend it.
Yep. Now, Lewis, it says on our little whiteboard here, things to talk about. We've got Keelan's segment, tick that off. We've got fence piss.
Yep.
And then we got an impromptu, the time Luke drank piss story.
Yeah.
And by the way, guys, I'd like to think I've grown as a person since then. And we all laugh
you're
about
still
it
out
now.
there pissing on a fence.
That's
so-
science.
Yeah, well, that's on.
And that was also your dream.
Yeah, that's true.
Your
This is my
initiative
dream.
as
At least
well.
it's not a person, right?
Yes. By the way, I'm still like best friends with that guy.
Yeah.
I just want to say
Well, you have a unbreakable bond. It's like when warriors like cut their hands
Yeah,
and then shake
we're
hands.
brothers
It's like
now.
that with piss.
yeah, I probably still have a little bit of him in me.
I don't know, you're that close.
Now it says Lewis thing 1.
Yes. Now what I thought obviously it's been a running theme of the show with Keelan making mistakes, which it's all fun and games, but
Is this what I think it is? People were very quick to point out the fact that you are someone who also gets paid minimum wage, and you often don't do your job correctly, which is your biggest pet peeve of most fast food workers. They don't do their job correctly. And people are very quick to point out, hey, this sounds a little bit hypocritical because you often make mistakes at your job.
When's the last time I made a significant mistake?
when's the last time someone at McDonald's made a significant mistake?
Significant mistake, giving me the entirely wrong cup. Imagine, no,
I would
boys.
say
Imagine if I
wrong
uploaded.
cup is the same as a spelling mistake in our biz.
No,
Yes.
no,
The upload, we only upload 2 things a week, and often
the completely wrong cup.
Boys, we can't do this segment because I've lost the thing that I was supposed to do, and that is a significant mistake.
damn, he's done a bloody Keelan.
Oh. So is that Lewis?
Do you
Would
want
you?
to pause and wait till you find it?
Technically, Lewis is a volunteer.
What would
here.
you say
We
the
don't get
equivalent-
paid.
What would
We
you
don't
say the
get paid.
equivalent of that is then? At McDonald's, like a significant mistake in terms of what
Like
he's done,
dropping a burger on the floor, then serving it.
or forgetting my
I'd say that's part of
fries.
the seasoning.
Forgetting my fries that I've ordered.
Keelan's already so angry. This
He's
isn't
so
even
angry.
about this.
Oh, it
It's
isn't?
about this.
All
I
right,
just
all right.
forgot about
Reminded
this.
him of how much he hates it, and he's already snapped.
Luke
He's
doesn't know
snapping
about
again.
this. Keelan's snapping.
I love
Guys,
watching you
so
snap.
it's been a running theme of Keelan obviously making mistakes, and that's fine. We all make mistakes, and this is a poo that we're trying to polish. Now, what we tried to do to help motivate Keelan to stop making so many mistakes, especially because when he was by himself and there was no Ruben, lots of mistakes were being made, which is fine because he was overworked. Now, I think it's the perfect time to knuckle down and make no mistakes, but we have to motivate Keelan.
And I haven't. I haven't. Since we had Ruben and since we've gotten to a new workflow, I haven't made
Right,
any significant
right.
mistakes.
Right.
What mistakes?
Hey.
One, sorry.
Firstly,
no, no,
one.
no.
Okay, one.
Yeah, okay,
One.
yeah,
Your
yeah.
attitude. Fix that. What's happening there?
Yeah, Ruben, what's the significant mistake
There
I've
was
made?
an episode during isolation in which the first 20 minutes of my audio was out of sync. that you put
Secret
up.
podcast.
No, it was not the secret podcast, and I messaged you to make. I wanted to make.
It
clips
was the secret podcast.
It was not. I wanted to make clips of the
It
episode.
was the secret
and my
podcast.
audio was interrupting the episode. So
Break it up, boys.
It was the secret podcast
It was not.
because I didn't change it because it wasn't a priority.
Hey, hey,
I was
Because it
doing.
had already been posted, is why.
No, it was a secret
He's
podcast.
wrong.
Fucking go. Do we need to be here?
Guys, right. Stop bickering, you two. I have the solution.
It's a
Everyone
secret
needs to
podcast.
relax, right? Now, we tried to... We
Oh,
tried
sorry,
to...
and that was
Okay.
on Lewis the entire
I'm happy
time. Sorry,
to do a
everyone.
disciplinary.
Oh,
Oh, there's a significant mistake.
What did you say?
He just said he didn't change the camera angle at all. It's been on me that whole time they were talking.
There's a mistake, right?
Yeah, that is our mistake. You know what that is? That's giving me the wrong kind of coffee.
Okay, now, guys, I'm gonna fix this. There's gonna be no more mistakes made by Keelan. We're gonna have to sort out Ruben's issues later. Now, obviously, before Ruben, we tried to motivate Keelan with a chair. We said that if you could make no mistakes for an entire month, he could have a brand new chair. Now, that didn't work.
Well, we very quickly worked out that he has no respect for lumbar support. Clearly.
Didn't motivate him enough. He would make it 3 weeks of the month through, make a mistake, lost the chair. We ended up just feeling sorry for his spine and giving him the chair. Obviously, it wasn't a good motivator. Now, something arrived in the mail today that I think will be a great motivator that I think we could give to Keelan after a month of no mistakes. Now, Keelan, you are making a lot of faces here, but I think you're going to be very excited. This arrived in my mail,
Is
right?
this going to be mean?
No.
Okay.
This is
Is
going
it
to
mean?
Is this
No,
mean?
it's
You
going to be
being a
very.
bully?
It's going to be motivating.
If it's mean, I don't want to participate in this.
Okay.
Well, then you won't get it.
What is it?
It is, right? Arrived in my mail. A voucher for a free pizza from Domino's. Now, how good's that?
When does it expire? It probably expires in a month.
I don't know. Valid until the 14th. What's the day?
The 8th, 9th?
It is the 8th. Okay, well,
If you don't make any mistakes this week,
until the 13th, mate, free pizza. What do you reckon about that?
I think it's very unfair with the judgment I get.
So you don't want...
I don't want the free pizza.
okay.
Oh. Well, mate, would you like a free pizza?
I will take the free pizza.
Well, how about you don't make any mistakes?
I will not make any mistakes.
I don't think they have vegan pizzas anywhere on this deal.
Domino's?
Yeah.
They do a vegan
Yeah, they
pizza.
do.
Yuck.
Not on this deal, though. Free pizza, asterisk, no vegans. Yeah.
Damn.
Keelan? We're not the ones who told you to do a segment called Keelan's Mealans. So you can't be too hard on us.
Keelan's Melons is a good segment.
Right. So then when we start offering you free pizzas as a joke, you can't get that offended because you used to say, can I please tell you what I ate this week?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah.
no, 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 that's
Vegetarian
actually-
pizza's not vegan, though. Plant-based, but no vegan. So you can have that.
Well,
Maybe one of your weird
yeah.
friends might.
I will. I'll just replace. I'll just take the cheese off or something. I'll take it.
Okay. Great.
I haven't even earned it yet.
That's right.
Right.
Great.
Okay.
How's
No
that,
mistakes
Keelan?
until the 13th.
In your face, mate.
Jesus.
You know what? I was nice today and let him have the new chair.
Such a bad mood. Like, not even in a funny way. He's looking at me like, shut the fuck up.
I don't like it. It's
We
just
have
bullying.
been-
It's
we
just
have
mean.
Been, we have been having a rough time setting up all these
Yeah.
camera angles,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Keelan does a great job here.
Yeah.
I don't get enough credit.
Yeah. And during it, actually at one point you said to Ruben before, you go, say I'm fat. He goes, am I fat? And I said, no, I don't think you look overweight. And you go to Ruben, you were trying to prove a point to me.
Keelan keeps trying to get us to tell him to lose weight because he
don't-
reckons he's really fat,
I
and we
don't think
kind of
you
don't
are.
see it.
And then Ruben goes, well, stand up.
No, I don't want to.
So it's been a sensitive day for Keelan.
Now we have a bit of admin to do, Luke.
Yeah, I mean, I should have rubbed this off. It's a bit unprofessional. Just as we were about
Mate, do
to
you
start,
do anything here other than sit down and drink piss?
no, I didn't. I did that when I was 15. That's uncalled for.
Yeah,
okay.
okay,
I
so
now
I'm,
feel,
I'm sorry.
Keelan, I know how
But
to
why
feel.
isn't that water bottle clear? And what's that smell?
Okay, it's probably your fucking weird lemongrass. All right, stop bringing it in here. I did say to Ruben right before we started the episode.
Yeah.
He goes, "Oh, we got all the things sorted for today's episode." And I went, "I just don't want to do admin today." And he goes, "Well, write it down." And I said, "Good. What's wrong?"
I just elbowed the camera. Sorry.
Significant mistake.
No, I don't think that's a mistake. I don't think that's a
interrupted
mistake.
the
It was just a
podcast.
lull. We just almost hit a lull. That's all. I was worried.
It can't be
That's
considered a mistake when the studio's so small. I have to sit right next to the camera.
So I wrote admin, but I just decided I didn't want to do it, and I also didn't get the sound effects ready.
We sat here for fucking from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. You didn't get it ready?
I had 5 hours.
Yeah. Great. Well, look, I've.
But we
snapped.
do have some admin.
Yeah.
We could do it. Okay, can we do?
Wait,
I can do the segment live. Can you do like the background? You know, it's like busy noise.
Yeah.
So people who may not, people may not have even ever heard this
I
segment.
mean, unless Keelan, you want to load them on now.
Nah, fuck it. Let's just do it live.
I'll just do it.
It's fine. We'll do it live. People may not have even heard this segment because it's probably been about 6 months since we've done admin on the show, but we used
They're
to
falling behind.
set an allocated time to just get shit done.
Yeah.
And I think that's why this show is in fucking shambles today because we never
Haven't
do
done any
anything
admin.
anymore. We spend 5 hours before the show doing admin, but we never knock it out in brief spurts on the show. So the background was kind of like some office noise, and then I'll do the rest. So you guys just make some chitter chatter. Ring, ring. Oop.
Admin.
Check that off.
Clicking pen, clicking pen.
Great.
That's the opener.
The sounds are on there now if you want.
Should we see how close we were?
Yeah. Play people the opener. People that may not
It's
have
bottom,
heard it.
bottom left. Bottom right. For you.
Oh, check that off. That's done.
I think we did a pretty good job.
Nice.
Not our most
It was
creative
Didn't have
opener.
any phone ringing.
No, ours was significantly
ring,
longer as well.
Yeah, ours was longer. Well, we got more done.
So we got less done because we took longer to do it.
That's true. Yep. All right. Well, we've checked that off.
Now this is this is a segment where we check stuff off.
Yep.
And we usually set a timer. I reckon I only need 3 minutes today to get this shit done.
All right. Hey, Keelan, set timer for 3 minutes.
Hang on, I gotta find my phone. I can't find it.
I can set a timer for
Yeah,
3 minutes.
thanks.
You got a phone?
Yep, done.
Great.
Actually
Check
can't.
that off.
Find my phone.
Have you set a timer?
Yes?
3 minutes.
Yeah,
let's
nailing
go.
it.
Quick.
All right. So the first thing
It's
on.
right here.
Oh my god.
he keeps.
He's found it.
You go.
Come on, let's go
Why
quick.
we supplied them with microphones?
He's
All
on
right.
your mic. You can't just keep talking.
Yeah, you keep forgetting that there's a microphone this far away from your face.
Sorry, boys.
Just mumbling to yourself.
The show's in shambles. Anyway, you keep doing it.
Fuck, we're running out of time.
Where's my wallet?
Lewis.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I was
did you
looking-
find it?
Yeah, I found it. Yeah.
Fireplace update.
Yeah.
We have had a message.
Yeah.
A guy named. Sorry. I wasn't ready. I had 5.5 hours to get this
5
ready.
hours didn't get it ready. That's right. We're going to run out of time before
We had a guy
solve
named
anything.
Ethax2002 on Instagram.
Right, fix
Wants us to buy a fireplace.
Yeah.
He sent us a link for one.
Yeah.
I think it's from Harvey Norman. Looks pretty good to me.
Oh, he wants us to buy it or he wants to
No,
buy
he
it?
wants to buy it for the show
Ooh,
because
I
we
love
often put out the expenses to the people. We offset costs.
Absolutely.
What do you thought on this? Thoughts on this one?
Oh, that
Looks pretty
quite-
good.
That looks
Click
very
into it.
warm.
I think it was like $160 from memory.
That looks very warm. Yeah.
Is it $160? How much is it?
Look, let's have a look here.
I mean, it's not really our problem.
169. Very good price. I do like the 69
Yep.
in there. I think that's imbued with hilarity.
Now I did want to ask because he kind of seemed younger because he's
That's right. I'll exploit a
2002.
child.
No, 18. I think he's 18.
Is 2002 18?
Yes, because 2020.
That's fucked.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
He's 18, and I said, "How come you've got this much money, and what makes you want to buy it for the show?" I just didn't want to.
What motivations? Yeah.
He said, he said the government JobKeeper gave me a pay rise.
Oh,
So we
great.
are stimulating the economy, which was the intended purpose of the government
That's
JobKeeper.
good. So
Yeah.
we're like fighting COVID-19 at the same time.
Exactly. So
That's good.
do you reckon I should give Ethax 2002 the go ahead?
Yeah,
His name's
well,
Ethan.
we need to find out if he wants to sponsor the front of the heater. And
Yeah.
and if you can even put a sticker on a heater, it'll just melt.
It's a good looking one.
Yeah, that is quite good. Well, yeah, I think we'll let him get the heater and we'll let him sponsor it as well.
Great. So that's the heater sorted. How much time we got left?
35 seconds.
Oh, okay, great. I've got one more thing.
Okay.
Have we checked that off for
Oh.
now? A temporary tick. Whitey.
Temporary tick.
We do need to get
Can't.
so Whitey, who helped us on the live stream, wouldn't accept cash payment,
Yeah.
even though he came here at 3 a.m., saved the day, and really just saved the whole stream. How much time?
15 seconds.
What are we gonna do about that? I was thinking of
I think we should do something nice if he want.
Yeah.
If
10
he's
seconds.
Not, if
Yeah.
he's not going to take money, we
Mm.
should like do something nice.
5 seconds.
We could write him a card,
right.
and then
3,
we could also maybe give him
1.
like
Anyway, time's up.
thumbs up. He's not getting anything.
So what's pocket suspense? You've written down pockets. This is. You know what? This has me in suspense.
Yeah.
Because
Now-
when someone just writes the 2 words,
Yeah.
pocket suspense.
Yeah. Well, I I was gonna do this, but it's also about poo. So I think we should leave it for next episode.
A lot
Because
of bodily function
We've
stuff.
done 2 segments about piss. Keelan snapped, and
Why don't we just get it out of the way?
you reckon we get it out of the way?
I mean, look. I don't think this episode could get any more immature than it has.
okay. Well,
I did tell a story about me drinking urine when I was 15.
okay. Well, boys, it's time for a very important segment. Now, as we all know,
Now, have you checked that this is royalty-free music?
yes, I have. Yeah, this is royalty free.
Okay.
Epic royalty free suspense music.
Just because last time
Free
we did,
YouTube.
last time we got claimed
Yes.
when we played suspense music on the show.
And that was a significant mistake made by Ruben.
No, you
Yes,
sent
that-
me the link.
Yep. Well, okay.
Yeah, you sent me the
I'd
link.
like that pizza back.
Okay.
No, it wasn't my mistake.
It was my mistake,
I-
but the pizza was originally mine. I never deserved to give it away. It wasn't mine to give away. It's
Too
Luke's. Well, you've already had it.
I've
Okay,
eaten it.
anyway, right, guys? We've all moved from the warehouse, and obviously a big problem with the warehouse and a big mystery that needed to be solved with the warehouse was the warehouse poo, which was a very big mystery that needed to be solved.
This is a saga that ran for 3 months on
3
this
months.
show.
There was a giant poo that we weren't even sure a human could make.
It turned into bitumen by the end. It was tarmac colored, and also that's the only way you could describe that solid.
Disgusting. And
It was flat.
one of the
Someone
that
had
was
bulldozed
I would
it.
say one of the main reasons why we left the warehouse as well
Top
was
3.
because of the toilet situation, and we thought that nothing of the sort would ever happen again in this area. Boys, I've discovered another mystery poo, and I think someone in this room has done it.
Really?
I have a photo here. I've discovered a mystery poo just out there.
Oh, what?
Have a look at
Outside.
this photo. I've put the photo on screen. I've discovered a mystery poo outside in the grass outside the house. Now, I don't know which one of you's done this poo,
Well,
but
we,
I'm absolutely
right.
disgusted.
we don't employ kangaroo.
There's no kangaroo in this area, right? There's my
It's-
cat. My cat's an inside cat. She's never been outside.
Where does your cat poo? In the kitty litter?
In the kitty litter, she doesn't go outside. So one of you animals has shit outside, and I want one of you to
Now-
own up to it.
Out of me and Keelan,
Who's more
who's
likely
more
to do an
likely?
outdoor shit?
Well, I
Can
would
I
think
just
that-
defend myself before we
I
blind
would
on
think
me?
that
Hang
Keelan,
on.
have you ever seen the photo? I would think that Keelan would have a much more loose stool than this.
Ah,
so I'm
also-
thinking this is more like more of a vegan poo. I actually think that main suspect here is
You know what? I was about to say it looks like a rabbit poo, and you eat rabbit food, so that
I don't
you-
eat
were
rabbit
were
food.
you or were you not just before outside eating grass like an animal? What other animal-like habits do you have in the grass, Ruben?
I don't have any animal-like habits.
Okay, but you do admit to eating grass like an animal.
I did eat the grass like
you were grazing before the show.
Yeah, we're grazing.
that's
true.
a look. It doesn't look good. I'll admit, boys. It's not what it looks like.
Yeah. I expect a photo of your poos in
Out
my
of-
inbox tomorrow.
Oh, seems like some kind of employer breach of, you know,
Yeah, okay, I think so. But all I want is an apology, Ruben.
I
apologize.
I am sorry,
Yeah, thank you.
but I refuse to apologize.
Okay. You know what was great about that? We all just moved past that too quick. You just said someone needs to own up to it. No, Keelan went straight in the defensive.
Hadn't even
Keelan
seen
goes-
a photo.
Keelan goes-
What were you going to
He
say?
just goes-
No, you guys just shit on me for 10 minutes, so
No,
I got to defend myself
He literally
first.
just goes, now can I just defend myself before you
What
start?
have you done here that I don't know about yet?
I was just going to say that about 10 minutes before we started recording, we were talking about poo, and I said I've yet to take a poo here.
Oh, okay. That's
So that was my defense.
all right.
Yeah.
So-
I vac the stack on the live stream.
Where did you do that though?
Not in the grass. Yeah, in
I
the
only
toilet.
noticed that today.
Suspicious.
I shredded the wax. That's what we say around here.
Yeah, because we're gonna. This episode has been literally shit. Shit and piss.
Oh, we're,
You know
we're
what?
50
This
minutes.
one we
We're
didn't,
50 minutes. That's the whole episode. Shit and
and
piss.
this one we didn't even polish the turd. We just did the
It was just poo. Well, that's great, guys. That's the end of the episode. Make sure you join us on Patreon
why
for
we
some
should
reason.
have spent 5.5 hours trying to make this show less shit because then it.
But
as a
doesn't it
result-
look great, guys?
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
If
Depends
you're an
on-
audio listener,
Yeah.
that sucks to be you. But video people would have watched a polished turd. Audio people, just a flat on turd today.
You know what's funny? That this really could not have worked. Like, we don't know if the video is done properly.
We've set up a podcast camera as a
That's how
backup.
little faith we have in our own ability. We've set up a backup camera here. Switch to that angle. Imagine if
I
you
don't
had to
wanna-
watch.
Do I have to? All right.
Yes.
Well, you'll probably have to switch to that angle for that bit where you weren't switching. Or just leave it on Lewis.
I think just leave it on
Yeah,
me.
okay.
Put in a little subtitle. Keelan's forgot to twist.
That is something you guys said last week, that whenever you guys are talking to me, I'm going to have it on the full because I will forget.
Yeah.
And I forgot.
It did happen. All right, we'll get better at it, and we'll get better at doing less poo-related content. Join us on Patreon, and we'll waste your money, and you'll get to watch us play Quiplash 7:30 p.m. tonight, and we'll blast your money into the sun.
What an ad.
Thank you very much, guys. We'll talk to you guys on Thursday, and we'll see you on Quiplash tonight.